Well, cue the brigade of nonsensical, hypocritical, and highly ignorant Jokic-hating LeBron fanboys to hit every platform at their disposal now, as the Denver Nuggets are on the verge of playoff elimination on Thursday night, following their fourth quarter collapse last night in Game 5. Nikola Jokic, of course, will get a massive and heaping pile of the blame pie, even after a 44-point, 15-rebound, and 5-assist game on 81% true shooting percentage against this defense while playing in 44 minutes in his 6th game now in the last 13 nights. Yet the bumbling, near-illiterate race baiter Kendrick Perkins was out in full force last night in the aftermath of that performance, throwing shade on Nikola Jokic, all for the master plan of Jock sniffing his savior and king, LeBron James. And for those of you who might not recall, remember Perkins led the charge against Jokic in 2023 in favor of Joel Embiid for MVP, claiming that Jokic was only winning these awards because he was white.
It's only 3 guys that won the MVP that wasn't top 10 in scoring. Steve Nash, Jokic, and Dirk Nowitzki. Now, what do those guys have in common? I'll let it sit there and marinate. You think about it.
What?
And now, after last night's game, he drops this idiocy on his X page. Quote, "Bron gets tired at 40 and people question his greatness. But Jokic gets tired and he needs more help. We gotta stop moving goalposts." And you know what, Kendrick? We do have to stop moving the goalposts. Give Nikola Jokic Luka freaking Doncic, and then Jokic would get the same level of criticisms that LeBron gets. Give Nikola Jokic prime Dwayne Wade or a replacement level type player. Give him Kyrie Irving. Give him Anthony Davis, etc., etc., etc. Give Jokic those players, and there wouldn't be any excuses for Jokic, like there shouldn't be any excuses for LeBron. Jokic, at this stage of the playoffs right now, is leading the postseason in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and win shares, leading in all of those categories. While he has been far from away his great regular season self, at least in this series, he is still averaging 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists on 55% true shooting percentage. He also just laid down the second 40-point, 15-rebound, and 5-assist game in this series, becoming the first NBA player to do so since, of course, Wilt Chamberlain. And in the fourth quarter of last night's game, Jokic was it, literally, scoring 13 of the Nuggets' 19 points in that final frame while shooting 4 of 6 from the field. The rest of his team, meanwhile, well, they combined to shoot just 1 of 15. The Nuggets' 6th man, Russell Westbrook, and really the only consistent bench player all year, is shooting now 6 of 27 in the last 3 games. Michael Porter Jr., who is making $40 million a year for this series, is now averaging 7 points per game on 25% shooting from the field. Ultimately, look, there are excuses and there are reasons. LeBron has excuses, Jokic has reasons. And let us not move the goalpost here, as Perkins would put it. LeBron James, as the back-to-back league MVP at the age of 26 in his 7th season, took a 2-1 series lead against the Boston Celtics in the 2010 NBA semifinal round. The exact situation Jokic found himself in this year in this series. Now, the Cavs were the 1 seed in that scenario, not the Celtics, and the Thunder are the best regular season team ever in this current situation that Jokic is in. Nonetheless, both players in 2-1 leads, and in both of these series, Game 5 was split even at 2-2. In that pivotal swing Game 5 for LeBron, at home, mind you, LeBron scored 15 points on 3 of 14 shooting from the field. in 41 minutes. That included 7 points on 3 of 10 in the second half. Last night, on the road, as a 10.5-point underdog, Jokic scored 25 of his 44 points in the second half on 9 of 12 shooting, while again posting 13 of them in the fourth on 4 of 6, including literally every big shot down the stretch to keep the Nuggets remotely in striking distance, while the rest of his team, with several great looks, cashed in on 1 of 15 total. This is what not enough help looks like. Of course, the Cavaliers would go on to be closed out of that series in 6, and it would be the last game LeBron played in Cleveland with that roster, instead deciding to take his talents to South Beach a few weeks later to team up with the guy who finished runner-up to LeBron that year in every advanced category. That would be PER, VORP, BPM, and win shares in Dwayne Wade. And if Jokic took that same path and joined that same replacement level player this offseason, well, it would mean him taking his talents to OKC to join SGA. I wonder how many rings he would win there.
Not 5, not 6, not 7.
I can tell you this with confidence, it would be a hell of a lot more than 2. Regardless, this is the inconsistency that I routinely harp on. Imagine a world where LeBron wasn't a coward, instead deciding to be a real man and stand his ground in Cleveland and play with that roster and actually win a championship. That is exactly what Nikola Jokic has done in Denver. But realistically, he just has not had enough help to be in the championship picture routinely. LeBron, if you want to say he didn't have enough help on those Cavs teams, fine. But he took measures to guarantee he had at least as much help or more than any other great player ever from that age 26 season on. Jokic is going on age 31 next season without a single other All-Star. This is what actually not having enough help looks like, people. But Jokic isn't running. He isn't teaming up, just fighting with what he has and doing the best he can with less, and doing a ridiculous job under the circumstances of the opponent and supporting cast. At this point, look, if you want to criticize Nikola Jokic for not being Michael Jordan, I'm down with that completely. But then again, no one else is, or ever has been. But aside from a literal handful of other players, a handful that can likely be counted on one hand, what Jokic is doing right now exceeds everyone else ever. Guys, many thanks for tuning in, as always, and please make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and stay up to date with more from me. Until next time, guys.